Hey there, YouTube, it's P Two Finger, and if you know me, I'm a huge King Gizzard fan. They're the number one band in the world right now. People have been saying it in the videos, like they're the best band on the road, you know? And I always had high esteem for these guys. I really thought they were right up there with Pink Floyd and the Beatles. This is how I feel about this band. But uh, they're a really prolific band. They did like 26 albums since 2015 or something. And they had me following along on most of those up until more recently. I got gizzed out. And I've never seen them live, even though I'm a huge fan of watching their stuff. So initially I had this impression with this band that, oh, this band, they're have really great videos. Because that was the first thing that I saw was I loved their videos. And then it was like, oh, they're doing concept albums, and the concept music is like really cool how they've recorded it. It all sounds really cool. And thinking maybe they're the band that I had it wrong. They're really good at this studio thing. And then I discovered how great they were live. And pretty soon, with them consistently reinventing the band, having different instrumentation and sounds and styles, music, but it always maintained that core where you knew who it was. I really fell in love with these guys, and it's interesting because the way that the leadership or the ideas that funnel down through this band, there's been enough interesting concepts and changes in the road to keep everything really interesting to be a fan. And also, those guys in that band have always seemed like they've worked together as a happy team. And that's what you get is they get better doing it. And the result is the last time I was watching footage of these guys live, I was blown away at how great they are, but they've gotten even better. So the 2024 shows were specifically what I was watching. And that's what I want to recommend. If, say, okay, you're not a King Gizzard fan, well, how I could explain it to you is like this. The Beatles had George Martin. Pink Floyd had Storm Thorgerson. King Gizzard has Jason Galea. I'm going to put a link to Jason's webpage, specifically where he keeps his videos. And we're going to pop over and take a look. Jason is the guy that does all of the artwork for this band, King Gizzard. And I'm going to put this link here. So just go on the right. You want to watch that. You're going to want to watch Straws in the Wind. Uh, Pick one of the three here, whatever. You got to go for Cyborg. I would say People Vultures. You're not going to want to miss that. And then just go for the trifecta here. You want to take a pass on the Chinese fountain. Actually, that's a pretty cool video. Just a little gay to me. The Growlers are so unbelievably gay for being a straight band. I don't know. I just get this really gay vibe from the Growlers. I'm actually uncomfortable watching the Growlers. It's so gay. But you're safe up here. Gamma Knife, Trapdoor, and the River. Uh, this is actually really cool. uh, you can't miss Hot Wax, and I would also say Cellophane. The 2024 tour, this is where Stu has kept them going and they've been on the road consistently, that they've gotten unbelievably good at playing live. And they're doing this thing in between the songs where they morph the song from the one ending to the beginning of the next. And it's so trippy and sounds so cool, which was making me, I was in tears watching these three shows. So if we take a look, in 2024, they started in Argentina, Chile, Brazil. They went to Europe, then they did North America, and there was these marathon shows in New York, Chicago, Washington, and Austin, Texas. So the only one I couldn't find was the Washington show, but it looks like the Austin show, the New York show, the Chicago, and there's a Las Vegas show too. These are the ones I watched yesterday. First, I put on Conan O'Brien show. This was the only time my favorite band was on American TV, and I've never heard King Gizzard on the FM radio or the AM radio here in Chicago, which sucks. WXRT, hey, come on, play some King Gizzard. So here's a 3-hour show in New York from 24, another 24. I'm going to say any 24 show, but really start out watch these three. These were so unbelievably good. I could not believe how great they are, and the comments in the comment section are all people saying this is the greatest live band in the world's ever seen, and people that have been to the shows saying I've seen hundreds of shows and this was the best show I've ever seen. So yeah, don't take my word for it. This is an unbelievable thing that these guys are doing. They're so much better than most of the other acts I've ever seen touring. And I really hope I get the chance to see them live because I cannot stop crying when I watch these guys play live. That's how good they are. Even the stuff I don't like is great. And I could keep talking and keep talking about my love for this music. They pull out this electronic table and they start doing this modern synthesizer stuff with sequencers and samplers and all this rack mount equipment, the Euro rack format, bipolar 15x2, so it's like 30-volt power supply, pro audio equipment that's all synchronized. And they're mixing it with the drummer and the bass player, and the other instrumentation is playing and singing along. And that I've seen pictures of that, but I never heard him do it. And when I saw him do it live, because I thought there's no way I'm gonna like this. I actually loved it. It was so unbelievably cool and good sounding what they did with it. Then in the Vegas thing, they do a rap, and what's his name? Ambrose here sings this rap song called Grim Reaper. And I have to say, I'm one of these people, I can't stand the Beastie Boys, but he made me laugh out loud. That thing when he stuck his belly out and did that funny walk with that goofy walk with his feet, and then he said something about his legs being broken. I don't know. I was laughing out loud at that. I actually that's the only time anyone has rapped and finished the whole thing that they were going to say without me red Xing on it in the history of my computer. But like I said, when they do this synthesizer thing, I said yesterday they've out Pink Floyded Pink Floyd. And I'm just going to say it. These guys, they're the best rock and roll band that the world has ever seen. So, yeah, you shouldn't miss out on that. And the other one that I was watching today that was pretty good was, I don't have it up. There's a guitar player in the area here, and he was on that pedal show 5 months ago.
Little Bo Peep used the smart buying tools on Amazon Business.
This video here, if you're not hip on Greg Koch, like if you don't know who this guy is, he did some old Fender demos, demonstrating these Fender amplifiers, and his amp demos are the most entertaining thing I ever saw in my life as far as a product demo. We went to see him doing the Fishman Fluence thing. And I've seen him live, but as far as the list of people that I really want to see live, it would be this band, number one, number two, Greg, and number three, there's a local guy named Pistol Pete who my wife and I played here. Anyway, you guys, definitely support your local musician. That's important. And if you've got big ticket concert money, grab some seats for King Gizzard. That's the band, that's the hot ticket this year.